What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're going to be drawing Goro from Mortal Kombat. Let's get started in the center of our page with the upper eyelid. So we move over towards the left side. Starting from the outside, we're going to curve in and then just pull that down on the inside. Let's leave a gap in the center and do the same thing on the right. So we want to line up the inside of the eyelid, curve up and then out. Let's curl up the inside of the brow. Starting on the left side, we're going to curve in and then up. Go to the right side and do the same thing. Now let's tuck the eyes in underneath the eyelid. So we start on the left side, we're going to draw a half circle. From the outside of the eyelid, we're going to step in, curve around towards the bottom, and just pull that in towards the inside of the eye. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving down, rounding out the eye, and then pulling that up. Then we'll move in towards the center and draw on the nose. Start on the left side, we're going to curve down, and then up. And we're step up and draw a short curve in the opposite direction for the bridge of the nose. Let's go back out towards the side of the nose, curve out, and then down. And then we're going to add a wrinkle along the inside edge of the eyes. So start on the left side, we'll curve down and then out. Now before we draw in the mouth, let's draw in the lower half of the head. So we move over towards the left side, we draw a large half circle. Coming down towards the bottom of the chin. And we're going to pull that up on the right side. Now we're going to move down and draw in the mouth. Directly underneath the left eye, we're going to start out here, we're going to draw a curve. Going up in the middle, and back down on the right. Let's add a bracket to the corners of the mouth. So from the corner of the mouth, we're going to step out, just draw a curve, going around and in. And then in the center, just underneath the mouth, we're going to draw a short line going across for the lower lip. Let's add some wrinkles along the top edge of the mouth. Starting on the left, we're going to curve out and up with a short line. Step in. And we're going to do the opposite on the right side, going out towards the right and up. And then one more on the end. Let's accentuate the cheekbones. So over on the left side, we draw a curve coming in and then down. Line this up on the right. We'll do the same thing. Now let's draw on the top of the head. We're going to start over on the left side. We're going to draw a large half circle. We're going to bump out the head, curve up towards the top. Now we'll just pull this down on the right side and then in on top of the right cheek. And then we're going to add in the ears. From the top of the cheek, we'll step up, draw a short angled line going up and out. Line this up on the right and do the same thing. Now it's going to curve the bottom of the ear. Start at the top, curve out, and then pull that in. And then from the top of the cheek, we draw a short curve going up and out for the fold in the ear. Now we move back up to the top and draw in the hairline. Starting on the left, we'll curve down in the middle, and then back up on the right. Now let's add some wrinkles across the top of the head. Starting above the left eye, curve in and then down, sort of aiming towards this point. Move over towards the right and do the same thing. Now I'm going to step up and draw a curve from left to right, coming down and then up. Now I'm going to move up and do that again, but we're going to draw a shorter curve this time. Let's add that large hairband. Over on the left, we draw a straight angled line going up and in. Go to the right, go up and in. Connect these two lines with a curve going up and then back down. Now I'm going to add two more curves along the band. Starting at the very top, go up and then down. Step down towards the bottom and do the same thing. Now we're going to fold the hair in behind. Starting from this point, we're going to step up, curve up. We're going to bend this down in behind the head. Let's do the same thing on the right. Stepping up, curve up, and then we'll bend that all the way down towards the bottom. And then from the top corners, we're going to curve out and then down with a short line. Now at the top of this curve, we're going to go up in the middle and then back down on the right side. Let's add a little bit of texture to the hair. Starting in the center, draw a short line coming down about halfway. Move over towards the left, curve out and then down. Do the same thing on the right. Alright, now that we've drawn the head, let's work our way down the body. In the center, just underneath the chin, we're going to draw a circle. All the way around. And we're going to cross this like an X. Starting from the top left, come down, and then from the top right. From the top left of the circle, curve out and up underneath the head. Do the same thing on the right. I just want to thicken this up. We're going to step out and just follow that same curve going back in towards that center circle. I'm going to add two small curves on either side. Starting on the left, curve up and down, step up, draw that twice. And on the right side, we're going to go in the opposite direction. Now let's add a couple hooks on either side. Starting on the left, we're going to curve out and then down, step up, and do the same thing on the right side. Now let's move out and draw on the side of the body. On the left side, just underneath the head, I'm going to curve out and down towards the hip. Move over towards the right, I'm going to do the same thing. And we're going to connect the hips with a curve. Going down, and then back up. Now from the hip, we're going to step up and draw another curve from left to right to the top of the belt. Let's add a trim along the top and bottom. So from the top left, we'll step down. We're just going to trace this all the way across. And we'll do the same thing along the bottom. Let's add a circle in the center, from top all the way down towards the bottom. And then we'll add a trim. Starting on the left, along this line, we're going to curve in and then down. Now we're going to add the bottom edge of the chest. Starting on the left, I'm going to curve up in the middle and then down on the right side. Let's continue working down with the legs. Over on the left side, I'm going to draw a straight line coming down, and we're going to do the same thing on the right. Just angle this line in, and we'll close off the inside with a curve, going up the middle and then back down on the right. Now we're going to leave a gap in the center, go over towards the left, curve out and down towards the left heel, move over towards the right, and do the same thing. Now we're going to round out the bottom of the feet. Starting from the heel, I'm going to curve down and up towards the toe. Do the same thing on the right side. Now back on the left, I'm going to draw a curve, going up toward the top of the foot. I'm just going to bend this down, aiming towards the heel. We'll stop right about there. Do the same thing on the right, curving up toward the top, and then bending that down. And then we're going to angle up and in toward the inside of the leg. Let's separate out the toes. From the tip, we're going to step in, curve up and in. Then we're going to move back up to the hip and draw on the side of the leg. Starting from the left hip, we're going to curve out, round out the leg, and then pull that in on top of the foot. And we're going to add a strap across each leg. Starting from the outside, I'm going to curve down and then up, line this up on the right, and do the same thing. Now we're going to step down and draw that twice. Come down and up. Let's go back down towards this bottom point. We're going to draw a straight line going up towards that strap. We'll go to the top of the strap. We're going to curve up and then out towards the side of the legs. Now let's stay up at the top and draw on the two side flaps. Starting on the left, we're going to angle down and out, just up above this shin guard. And then we'll angle up and out towards the side of the leg. Now I'm going to add a simple scale pattern to the side flaps. Starting from the top, I'm going to draw a curve coming down and then up. And then do that again, coming down and up towards the inside. Do the same thing on the right, coming down and up. And one more time. Now from the bottom of the left scale, I'm going to come down again and then back up towards the inside scale. We'll go back to the bottom, curve down and out towards the left corner, and then towards the inside. Now let's move up and draw on the arms. There's two sets on either side. We're going to start with the top set first. So up above the side of the body, underneath the head, we're going to curve out and down towards the inside of the elbow. Go over to the right and do the same thing. Then from the elbow, I'm going to curve out and up towards the wrist. Let's go back to the left side. I'm going to curl around the thumb. Starting from the wrist, we'll curve up, down. Now we're going to round out the thumb and go back up. Let's do the same thing on the right. Going up, down, and then back up. Now Goro has 2 large fingers on either side. So we start on the outside of the thumb, start at the very top, we're going to curve out, and then just pull that in, almost like a half oval. Draw 1 more finger underneath. At the bottom, curve out, round out the finger, and then we'll pull this up underneath the thumb. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now from the bottom of the finger, I'm going to curve down the palm and then up towards the wrist. Come down, and we're just going to pull that up. Do the same thing on the right. Going down around the fingers, and then up towards the wrist. On the inside of the thumb, we just want to add the palm. So right here, we're going to curve down and in. Now from the bottom of the palm, we're going to curve down and then back up to the lower part of the arm. And we're going to go all the way. We're going to go up to right about here, leaving a gap beside the body. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving down and then pulling that up. Now we're going to draw the inside edge of the armband. Starting from the wrist, come down, then bend that out towards the bottom of the arm. Do that on both sides. Now we're going to add a trim on the outside and inside. So we're just going to trace those curves on either side. Now we're going to draw on the second set of arms. From the bottom of the belt, we're going to step up, curve out, and then down towards the wrist. Go over towards the right, and do the same thing, towards the same height. Now back on the left, we're going to start with the thumb. Starting with a small half circle, curving in and out. At the end of the thumb, we'll add a bracket. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving in and then out, and then we'll add a bracket. Now we're going to add the large fingers. Starting at the bottom of the thumb, we'll curve down and up around that bracket. We'll step over, we're going to curve out, second finger. Now we're going to pull this up underneath the arm on top. Let's do the same thing on the right. The bottom of the thumb, step down, curve down, and pull this up underneath the top arm. Let's add the wristband. Starting from the inside of the wrist, curve up and then out, go to the right and do the same thing. And then we'll move up underneath the top arm, around the elbow, curve in and then down. Let's add the trim along the bottom. So we follow that same curve, and then the top. Last thing we're going to do is add a circle on either side, starting on the left, on the outside of the arm. Same thing on the right. And there we have it. There's Goro from Mortal Kombat. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.